extremely important application, because if you order a white one, you get a black one, you're not happy. So the IT system is extremely important in satisfying the overall Toyota customer. So the quality issue, the quality KPI is important for sales, is important for supply chain, and is also important for the IT department. So the IT department has a bonus scheme attached to how is this application working in real life. So don't throw it to us and we have to get it into operation. No, the amount of bugs, the user friendliness is all into the system. So if you bring a traditional IT organization that just focus on time, on budget, and you give them a feeder ride, they just look out of the window and say, it's a very nice weather, I'm going home. But they're not rewarded for the impact of the application in real life. Because you create software programs and you deliver to the customer, it costs them a lot of money. And from that moment, it has to go into production, and then it brings money. That's the funny thing of software. Software development is nice, but it doesn't bring money to you. It doesn't bring money to the customer. From day one, when it's into production, and it works 100%, and it's uptime, and it's a great product, and sales will go up, and the customers who are using the system, could be real consumers, but also internal customers are happy, then you are successful. And not successful just on time and on budget. The feeder ride principle, if you ever focus on the Toyota way of management, it's extremely important. Also how they manage IT. We IT guys found we found the millennium problem. Hey, great new problem we found. We get extra budget. Hey, viruses, great stuff, extra budget. Compliance, thank God, sorry, we get extra money. But we sell fear, we don't sell hope. If you sell fear, if you sell insurances, for example, you buy them, but they sell fear. You don't invite a person on your wedding, on your anniversary or your business, but you don't like him really. You sell something, you buy something, because he sells fear to you. It's the same if you look to the churches. The best church is much more successful than a church that just forbids like a Protestant church. You have to sell hope, and hope is top line and bottom line. Top line within a company is growth, expansion, more profit, time to market. That's all top line growth. Bottom line is making less mistakes, having higher quality, less rework. If you relate hope to top line and bottom line, it's easier because anyone within an organization gets that. If you are able with one application to increase the turnover at your company's e-business site with 10-20%, they love you. No way, because in their KPI is only one thing, having more customers, growing, growing, and growing. That's real business. The business of business is doing business. That's Milton Friedman. So that's a famous economist. So the business, if you do IT, you just have to relate to the business and the business language and the business success.
So this is about, Marco told already a little bit about it. If you don't give the users what they need, then they'll buy it themselves. So I work for some government officers, and they all said we are a very secure organization, but what they didn't know is that almost all the employees used Hotmail, and there were some really classified government documents just documenting through Hotmail systems, and you really don't want that. And the same goes, for example, for USB sticks and iPods, who was thinking that iPods would enter the workplace at some moment. And now they are, so you really have to think about it. And it's not an option just to forbid the use of these kind of applications and gadgets. You just have to think about how can I incorporate them and reward the employee if he behaves right. So for example at KLM, the large aviation company, they have a special program and it's called IT for mature employees. So if you show that you're a mature employee and you take security seriously, then you are allowed to bring iPods into the organization. Or they give you an iPhone so you can check your email on the phone, but only if you behave responsible. And as soon as you make a mistake, or you take security easily, then you're kicked out of the system and you get your old computer back. So you're really rewarded for the right way of working, instead of just thinking, well, screw the system and no one will ever notice, because that's also part of the digital age. Everything can be measured, and if you do something it really will be noticed.
You see there, love, I hate, I love, and at the end, you should be loved. So you make sure you're beloved by your customers. There's also your customer, the IT department, is a very much beloved organization within their organization, so their business. And that's extremely important. A lot of contracts being won by the Indian players at this moment are won by customers like your German customer that just focus on cost issue. So the lowest price gets the deal. And a lot of Indian deals are now on just on price. But they will run into trouble in 2-3 years from now. So they will go up, and then will go down, 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 down. So only focus on the customers where IT is really important, IT is beloved, and they're open to the real success, and not on time, on budget, and stuff like that. Because it's important, it's an internal measure, but it doesn't impact the way they think about you. Thank you.
We have a test relationship with our customers, one of the customers. We try to improve that, but it's still a test relationship.
Okay, so why is it a fragile relationship still?
Because we think we have an asshole customer, and they think probably we have a asshole team, and something like that. I don't know.
Maybe you should hire a therapist.
No, yeah, no, it's a poor management.
Okay, poor management. But you, for example, if you run in a situation like that, don't deal with lawyers or not work. Just go into a room and just address the questions of guys.
Yeah.
So what's important for you? What's important for your business? Because your customer thinks you're an asshole. It's always, and it's an IT department, it's always considered to be an asshole by the business. So you only help them. So what's the real problem? How is business dealing with you? So how can we really help them change it? And what are the true KPIs? A very simple example. At DSM, a very large chemical company, they had, for the service desk, they had a KPI, the cost per call. Well, I can lower the cost per call just by making sure that the customer doesn't contact me too long. So I don't answer the phone after 5, so the cost will go down. But the user isn't very happy. So they changed it, and they changed the KPI. So the first time resolution rate became more important. So every time someone has a call, is it solved right within the time frame? So if 90% is solved, that's okay. That's a good KPI. Make sure that the behavior it creates is desired. It's the same as I can. Cost is just an input metric. So you have to really find 2 or 3 collaborative KPIs to make sure that the relation stays intact. Otherwise you can keep escalating, escalating, de-escalating, escalating, and that's so much negative energy. It really takes a drain out. It's almost impossible. I worked with IT project, and they were so troubled after 2 years. No one wanted to work for that customer again in that project. It was career kamikaze, it was called. And you don't want that, so you run really into trouble. So people will leave your company. You don't want that. So, but you really need those collaborative KPIs.
But in the end, it's a matter of human relationships, because I don't think that all the people in in an IT department are assholes.
No.
You might have just 1 or 2 that are missing the...
Everybody is considered to be part